In this video, we're talking about 7 YouTube niches that are easily making 7 figures. And no, these are actually not the super saturated niches like AI content or Mr. Beast style entertainment content. But if you have this one advantage, you can kill in any of these niches, and that is to have specific knowledge. So if you're a doctor, a lawyer, gardener, chef, if you have a specific set of skills, if you have a degree or diploma, leverage that knowledge and you can make a highly profitable YouTube channel. Oftentimes it'll make you more hireable or get a better job, or it will become a business that will just replace your job altogether, like it did for me. So if you find these videos helpful, go ahead and give this video a like and let's get started. So the first niche here is news or commentary. Now the beauty of the news and commentary niche is that it's one of the easiest ways to generate endless content ideas. Every single day, the world gives you a new headline or a story or a controversy, and that's the strength of this niche, right? Audiences don't just want the headline, they want your interpretation. And you don't have to be an expert in the subject matter, as we'll see in some of these examples. So the first channel I want to look at here is called China Update. It's basically a channel that provides you with the most updated political and economic analysis on China. And the guy on this channel was originally a lawyer who studied Chinese foreign policy in Beijing. And now he does consulting work for China Analysis. And basically what he does here is he goes through articles and reports and government statements, and he just analyzes them and shares them on YouTube on a weekly basis. You look at his channel here, he's making anywhere from $900 to $3,000 per month from AdSense alone. Who wouldn't want an extra $3,000 per month, right? But the crazy part is that AdSense is not his only source of revenue. He also has products and services outside of YouTube. I mean, he's a consultant, he's got a Patreon, he's got a Buy Me Coffee, and so there are many different ways for him to make money based on just reporting on news on a weekly basis. And if he's already doing this for work, why not just turn on a camera and make a little extra money from that knowledge that you already have? Another example I want to look at here is Meet Kevin. Now I know this guy has a much bigger channel. He's got about 2 million subs. And for that size, he's making about $12,000 to $35,000 per month on AdSense, which is just crazy. But the thing I want to highlight here is that he spent a lot of his time talking about real estate. And over the years, he realized that he was reading these reports on real estate and the economy and policies so often that he just started reporting them to his viewers as like a news source. And over time, people started to come to his channel, not just for the information, but for his take on the information. And I want to mention this because he had so much attention and so much trust that he actually ran for government office. But outside of AdSense, he's got a lot of other revenue streams. For example, he's got courses on how to invest in real estate and how to invest in stocks. Now, the third example here is really interesting. This is Matt Wolf. I actually got the chance to meet him. He's actually one of the partners here at Spotter, and so we were hanging out at one of the events. But he is a great example of someone who does not necessarily need to have top-tier expertise in a field to still make a killing on YouTube. So what Matt does is that he will report on the latest AI trends and AI news, and he'll act as sort of like a guinea pig and try out AI tools and report back his findings to you. But he didn't get a diploma in AI, right? He's just really passionate about the topic. And that's why people come back again and again, and he's grown so fast in the last year. And I know he's making way more money than just AdSense revenue, because there are tons of AI companies coming and sponsoring his videos. But from all this work that he's already doing with AI, reading the news, analyzing it for you, he's also leveraging that knowledge onto other YouTube channels and other podcasts. So he's getting extra mileage out of the same research he's doing for his videos. Now, the next one here is the coaching niche. Now, in my opinion, coaching will always be a winning format on YouTube. And the reason is because so many people go to YouTube to learn. And I'm not talking about a quick search like how to tie a tie or how to do a dance, like that's for TikTok, right? If you want to really learn something like a deep skill or deep domain, you go to YouTube for that. And the best way to master a skill is to not just get the information, you need a coach. You want someone who's done it before you, right? To help you walk through the roadblocks and troubleshoot your way around your problems. What people actually pay for now is not information, it's implementation. They need someone to hold them accountable, to give them real-time feedback and make sure that they get results. So that is why coaches are not going anywhere. And YouTube is one of the best places, if not the best place, to showcase your expertise and attract new clients. And I'll mention one of my favorite channels here, Vin Yang. He's a communications coach. He teaches you how to speak very well, how to do public speaking, how to articulate your thoughts. So important for today's age. Now, the one channel I want to focus on here is actually one of our clients, Dr. John Go. Now, he's an ophthalmologist, he's an eye surgeon. And when we started working with him, he was making all kinds of content, like running marathons, eye surgery, eye drops, and we really wanted to find what lane could he make content in. And when we dug into his history, we found that he was very knowledgeable about losing weight. He managed to lose 75 pounds while working full-time as a surgeon. He was able to achieve that weight loss with very little time, and he knew how to repeat that. So we were like, dude, you should be a fitness coach. And we thought, fitness is quite saturated. There are a lot of fitness coaches out there, a lot of personal trainers out there. But how do we position Dr. Go to stand out as a coach? Well, we took his whole story into account, right? He was able to lose weight, get shredded while working full-time as a surgeon. So we positioned him to help coach other people like himself, right? Busy professionals with not a lot of time. So he's been doing pretty well. We were able to get him monetized in only 4 videos, and he grew from 500 to 10,000 subscribers with about 10 videos. And he quickly made an extra $5,000, and he just sold his first coaching offer. So coaching is such an underrated niche, which is why me and Matty, we have opened our own YouTube coaching program. So if you're interested in a one-on-one private coaching from us, if you want to make an extra $5,000 or $10,000 per month with the knowledge that you already have through YouTube, then apply below and work with us. All right, let's move on to the next one here, which is edutainment. It's basically the combination of education plus entertainment. When it comes to content that teaches you things, I think this is one of the most exciting formats on YouTube because it blends learning with fun. The best creators here take complex ideas in things like science or history or math, and they package them into stories so engaging that you forget that you're even learning. Now, the secret power of this niche is that it often leans into high production value. You often have great studios, great editors, great camera equipment, which, if you think about it, is actually low competition because not everyone's able to do that. Most creators aren't willing to put in the extra effort to script or design or to edit at this level. And I would say that the timing of this niche has never been better. Because in the past, if you wanted to pull off this high production style, it required a full-on team with editors and designers and animators. And I know because we've been there, but today we got AI tools that can handle all this stuff. It could do the graphics, do the editing, even do the research that makes a lot of this edutainment stuff super accessible. And you can run this with a lot leaner team. So the first channel I want to highlight here is Dammy Lee. And we actually went through the same YouTube program together, Ali Abdal's PTYA. And she basically has expertise on architecture. But the way that she teaches architecture is not like anything we've seen before. Like, it's super engaging. If you look through her YouTube library, you'll find these really interesting and well done videos about like fantasy architecture, like from Dune or Lord of the Rings or anime. And when big companies see these high production videos, they think like, wow, how can I achieve that too? But the point here is that she studied architecture, but wasn't just working in a job. She was getting more out of her degree by making content. Now, another channel I want to show here is Chubby Emu. He is a fellow doctor, and yes, he has a lot of subs and a lot of views. He's making a crazy amount of AdSense revenue here. But the way he teaches medicine is so interesting. He actually takes case studies and he tells stories about them. It really shows his expertise here because he makes the topic of medicine so fun to learn with all the storytelling and the editing. And I think that's the thing about this specific niche, is that it gives you the most opportunity to stretch your creativity. All right, let's move on to the next niche, which is the interview. Now, the interview format is one of the smartest ways to grow on YouTube because you're essentially borrowing the expertise of others to elevate your own channel. Now, by expertise, I don't mean that you have to chase like the top 1% experts or get like celebrities onto your YouTube channel. The real power comes from tapping into the access that you already have. So if you're a nurse, you can interview other nurses or doctors about their journeys. If you're a developer, you can talk to your colleagues or other founders or startup teams. And here's a little secret, right? Startups and professionals are always hungry for exposure. That means you'll never run out of potential guests, and every new conversation becomes fresh content. Now, the beauty of this format is that you don't have to be the expert on everything. Your job is to do research on your guest, ask the right questions, and then connect your audience to the insights that they normally wouldn't have access to. And over time, those associations with all your guests, they build up your credibility, while your guests also help you tap into an entirely new audience. Now, one of the channels I want to highlight here is NDMD. We actually went on Andy's podcast a while back, but the thing that's really interesting here is that he saw those 73 questions that Vogue did on their channel, and he implemented that for doctors. And if you look through his interview videos, he's doing the 73 questions on surgeons, on cardiologists, on anesthesiologists. Super interesting stuff. And he's doing this while in medical school. He's making an extra $800 to $3,000 per month, right? Like, who would say no to that? He's already immersed in his field, but he's granting this access to the general public. Now, another channel I want to highlight here is Open Residency. This is a channel that we actually helped launch from zero, and now they're doing extremely well. Mark is a guy who's very connected. He's able to get on these amazing guests on his podcast. But behind the scenes, we also have Jake, who is able to create these beautiful sets to elevate their podcast. And when we first started working with them, it was literally just a two-man team. But with this combination of amazing guests and super high production value, they were able to close massive brand deals, like six-figure deals. It's incredible. All right, the next niche here is the lifestyle channel. Now, the lifestyle niche is one that AI just simply cannot replace. And the reason is because AI isn't living a human life, right? It can't take us along for the ride. It can't show us what it's like to wake up and go to work or raise a family. Only you can do that. And the magic of lifestyle content is that it's behind the scenes access. When you share how you live and how you work and how you think, right? How you make decisions, you let people step into your world. And if you do good work, brands and companies will recognize that. They'll notice you, and they'll often come to you, not just to sponsor your content, but sometimes they'll even hire you. But lifestyle content isn't about just being perfect or glamorous. It's about showing your reality in a way that others can not just learn from, but relate to you. So I want to highlight this channel. This is Sarah Lee. She basically does day in the life of software engineer, but she takes us behind the scene of what it's like to work at Amazon. And she's already spending hours of her day coding and doing her work. Why not turn on the camera and get a bit of extra cash out of that work? And you can see that it's not really about like super high production value. It's more about just showing people how you think and how you live. And it's those little moments that people are here for. Now, another channel to highlight here is Trucker Josh. He's already spending time driving a truck, but he turns on his camera, teaches you a thing or two about trucking, and makes an extra $500 to $2,000 per month just by talking about his job. All right, the next niche here is the no-face niche. Now, the no-face or faceless niche is one of the most accessible formats because of AI. Because you got text-to-video tools, you got AI-generated video, you got voice cloning, and with all these tools, anyone can spin up a faceless channel. And yes, this means that there's more competition in this niche compared to others because the barrier to entry is just so low. But on the flip side of this, if you actually dial in this format, it can actually be insanely lucrative because once you set up the systems, you can actually remove yourself from the content process completely. And at that point, it's just an automated content system that just prints money for you. Now, here's my personal recommendation for this niche. Even if you build a faceless channel, it's still smart to put your personal brand behind it because people want to know that there is a person behind the videos. They don't always show their faces on the content itself, but they do narrate their videos. And over time, people start to recognize their voice. They know there's a real human being behind it, and it's not just some faceless AI. Interestingly, now we also have tools like 11 Labs, which can literally clone your voice to so much accuracy that you don't even need to narrate yourself anymore. But when people know there's a credible human being behind the videos, it adds so much more trust. Now, I want to highlight this channel called Fireship. I know it's a big channel. It's got 4 million subs, making it upwards of over 100K per month. At the end of the day, it's a faceless channel that reports on news for developers. And they've done this in such a way that developers don't even check the news anymore. They just wait until Fireship uploads. And they've been able to grow this business, not just from AdSense, but they've got sponsorships and they sell courses for developers off the platform. Now, another channel I want to highlight here is Med School Insiders. It was one of my favorite channels growing up as I was going through medical school. We got lucky enough to get to work on their channel now and help them grow. And I'll say that Kevin is such a smart creator because he was able to build systems and teams to crank out these faceless videos to the point where he basically just shows up, reads the script, and then it's handed off to the next team member. But the key here is that people actually know there is a real doctor, real plastic surgeon behind the content. And the reason why having Kevin behind these videos is so powerful is because they have coaching and consulting services outside of YouTube. They help people get into medical school with a really high acceptance rate. But it probably wouldn't have as much credibility if there wasn't actually a real doctor behind the content. All right, moving to the next niche, we have the fixer. In my opinion, this is the most underrated play on YouTube right now. One of my favorite examples of this niche is Dave Ramsey, which I think is one of the best in the game. Basically, someone shows up with a problem, he diagnoses the problem, prescribes a solution, and then you watch the whole transformation kind of unfold live on air. It's such a powerful format, but you don't have to do it live like Dave Ramsey does. Now, the reason I think this niche is super underrated is because if you have true expertise in your field, you will instantly rise to the top because you're not only teaching, you're fixing the problem. You're applying your knowledge. People get to see exactly how you think, how you make decisions, and they get to see exactly what it's like to work with you. So if you're a coach or a consultant, then this method is extremely powerful to pair with a coaching service. The best part about this fixer niche is that AI can't touch this. AI can regurgitate facts and generic advice, but it can't look someone in the eye and unpack their messy situation and guide them through the change. So if you're an expert or even just a well-learned person in your field, whatever field, law, health, the trades, career coaching, the fixer format will propel you really far. You become the trusted authority if you can help people solve their problems like this. Another amazing example here is Ramit Sethi. He does something similar where he fixes your financials, looks at your investments, looks at your savings, looks at your money habits. And he's done this so well that he actually got his own Netflix show where he fixes people's finances on the show. We're also interested in bringing some of our own students, our own clients into the studio and kind of breaking down some of their videos as well. And by the way, we have a few extra slots in our coaching program as well. It's one-on-one private coaching where we deep dive into your channel, deep dive into your knowledge and what you already have going on, and we turn that into very profitable content for you. So if you want to work with us and you're serious about it, apply below, and we'd love to help you out if you're a great fit. I will see you next time.